Hello, and welcome to Dice Dropping's Song of Ice and Fire role-playing game. Game of Thrones edition.
Da, da, da.
Where we, of course, are looking at the Chronicles of House Weirlight. Hello, House.
Hello,
Hello.
narrator.
So, a lot of emotions last time.
What?
A lot of
A bit.
tears.
Just a tad.
A few.
Lots of talks. I know everyone's been thinking about it, talking about it, all that good stuff. But this is a new week. New things are going on. There's a tournament. Oh my god.
New
Hooray.
Tournament in the northeast to King's Landing. Capital of the empire. So no more tears, no more thinking about personal betrayals or anything like that.
No more tears and kings.
Hey.
Real nobles don't cry. That's right.
No, real no.
Nobles don't cry. So I'm real happy everyone's here. Except of course Aaron's face.
No.
Which is unfortunate.
I'm all good. I made it so then they can see my face. Unfortunately,
Oh,
you don't see my
good.
face.
We just can't see.
We
We
can't see
only,
your face.
we only.
We're
Magic
having
goes
technical
from us.
difficulties.
We've got that
Magic.
picture of you.
I'm-
That look, yeah.
I
so-
know it's
We'll just-
my little avatar of me in a hoodie, but like,
Right, yeah.
we're all good tech wise. They get to see my face. I tried to do as much magic. Unfortunately, Roll20 does not like me. So
Fair enough.
it didn't like my emotional upheaval of last week.
You got too real for it, so
I
it's
got
like,
too real.
not today.
Yeah.
20 is only looking for a casual relationship right now.
It can't get into it.
It wants a Tinder relationship. I see.
I mean, for a casual relationship, it sure has taken a
Bumble.
lot of my things.
It really has. This isn't even like a Tinder relationship, like just for a hookup. This is a toxic
Okay.
relationship. Oh god.
But we have a new arc, and Tony, does that mean we get to do a fortune roll?
It does. It does, in fact, mean we get to do a fortune roll.
Hey,
in our
Tinker,
house
don't mess
action.
this one up.
So,
I would like to not be cursed again.
that's basically how we're going to be starting things off today. We've already donated glory. And are there any house actions that we want to take? I don't feel like we do.
I don't think so.
Right? Anyone?
No,
Yeah.
I don't think we do.
I can think of.
No.
We go to war.
No,
Dannets.
no.
No.
Go to war with the Dannets.
Hey,
I
calm
want
it
to
down,
say no.
everyone.
Not now. Maybe later, but not now.
Maybe later.
Maybe later.
All right.
Next time.
So then we can make a house fortunes roll. Now, I do believe some things have changed. Since we've donated some glory, what is our current population score?
Our current population is 31, which
31.
means our modifier is a +3.
I believe so. Instead of a +1.
I got it all down in notes. I tried to make this
We also
super easy
raised
for you,
law.
so then you don't need to go flipping through a PDF.
Oh, do you have our house fortune rolls bonus number?
Yes.
You do.
Yes, for the three things that we have from purchasing things like a market and a port and a sept, it's a +9.
Very nice.
And then our law turned from a -1 to a 0, so we don't need to worry about that modifier.
Very nice.
So that is a total of +12.
Nice.
All right.
All right. So then we need a.
Is there a
a-
stewardy thing that Clarissa does? I'm trying to remember.
So
I believe there was.
In fact, yes. So because of sort of the situation, we very much need a stewardship role from Clarissa Asterwood.
Best steward.
Best steward.
Yes.
And that's why she's the best steward.
22.
Mhm.
Damn.
Sixes.
Jeez.
Triple sixes.
That's very off. So here's the thing. Because of the Lord's absence through a portion of the time, this roll will actually just be Clarissa's.
Okay.
Due to the situation. That will flip-flop, obviously, from time to time. But this time it was mostly Clarissa kind of handling some stuff. So 22 plus 12 is, in fact, 34, which means growth.
Oh,
Yay.
It's a good thing.
Thank you.
Turn those Weirlights into growth.
Curse. Not curse.
Yeah, those Weirlights are going to grow.
Yep,
Oh.
exactly.
No.
No.
No, that is not what happens.
They're so creepy.
And I based my armor off of them.
it's
Do not
no.
worry. So growth does actually come with some sort of direct benefits,
Awesome.
which is pretty cool. You guys have been a bit on a sort of roll with making allies, talking to people, spending that dough, all that good stuff. So for this month, actually, Clarissa, I need you to roll me 4 6-sided dice, please.
11.
Very nice. So, everyone, Aaron, you might want to take this down since
Awesome.
tally keeper of the house.
Yes, I am our stat steward. I got this.
Yes, your influence has increased by 1.
Ooh.
Okay.
Your lands has increased by 5.
Ooh.
+5. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Your power has increased by 1,
Power +1.
and your wealth has increased by 4.
Yes.
Nice.
Tony,
Tony,
to a tournament.
question.
Rich bitches.
Best
So,
steward.
head for numbers.
Yes.
I can add
Yes.
1 with that feature. So I believe it's +5.
It is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Rich.
It's +5.
That's
Yeah.
it. We have stricken the 4 and put in a 5.
Yeah, so y'all are above 50 now in wealth.
Mhm.
Rich.
Yeah, y'all are officially rich. Your
Yeah.
family
Oh my
worked for nothing.
god.
Okay.
You know what that means,
I'm
right?
not.
Gotta add another part to the keep.
Mm,
No, more
Another
babies.
30 years.
No more babies. There are
No
no
more
babies.
babies. No more babies.
We don't need it.
We're already
I
probably
vote for
gonna
a
have
giant
one baby
library.
that's not for you. That's not your
Listen,
guys's. So,
y'all
okay.
act like y'all gonna be here. Henry's the only one who's staying here.
I don't want to have to deal with that. Henrik's probably gonna have his own baby soon. Okay, I don't want to deal with this.
Please. Your siblings will be here for like 5 years before I ship
Okay.
them out.
No, before you ship them
Um,
off.
Yeah.
So I updated it in our shared thing with the stats. It's all updated. Just plugged it in.
Nice.
Nice.
Awesome.
Nice.
Cool.
So y'all,
babies.
And everybody gets another dress.
That's what I'm here for.
So here's also a big thing. If say you guys want to spend something, right? But you don't personally have the gold on you to buy something, because we're going to be going into King's Landing. And we are going to probably be getting stuff because King's Landing is the biggest trade hub in this side of the world. So you get anything here. What you will basically have to do is transform 1 wealth of your house, and that will transform it into around it's around 1,000 gold dragons. Which means, you guys have around in your casual wealth of about 50,000 gold dragon on you.
Yeah.
A lot of money.
Purchasing a tower.
Yes.
I still got
would-
my number.
I think is it 2? Did I fuck that up? It might be 2. Hold on.
No,
But
I
yes,
think
you were
it's
saying,
a-
Serena.
I
I
believe
like
it's
the
1,000
one better.
because normal people's gold is only 100. Their wealth is only
I think it's. Hold on. I think it's 200 is normal.
okay.
It's a
You
thing.
change.
It's
Have
a
I
number.
just been throwing that back and forth? Hold on. Let me.
You know.
Well, you said something about like $100 bill back at the Sept when she gave like.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So. Okay, I have it now. Below 30, below 40, somebody's wealth is 200 gold dragon.
Okay.
After 40, it's 1,000.
Okay.
There, found it. We did it.
but-
It's happening.
Yeah. Just because we're on the topic of buying things, do you have the thing that we talked about? Because I already took the gold dragons out of my, from my funds.
The thing was specific. Message me if you want to keep it secret.
Okay.
It's Game of Thrones. It would not be true Westerosi tradition unless there was secrets.
Secrets.
I don't know.
Vivian,
Oh yeah,
Master of
absolutely.
Spies.
Yes.
Okay.
No, you have that. That's the thing you
Okay.
have. Yeah.
All right.
It's an extensive fan collection she bought.
Mm-hmm.
Man.
No, that's something you already. Yeah, you have people for that. Yeah, that happened.
Okay. So then I need to do a thing. So that's 3. It's every 3 degree. Like that's the degrees of success.
5.
You sure that's not mutants and masterminds? Because previously it's been 3, unless I've been wrong.
Yeah,
No.
mutants and masterminds I know is 5.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's 5.
Okay.
Okay.
It's always been 5. Yeah.
So
Otherwise, it would be way higher.
how many degrees of success is that?
yeah, what
3,
was it?
yeah, 3 is my mark.
3 is your mark.
Yeah.
Cool. So that would be 3 degrees of success because
Alright.
it's when you get it, and then the every 5 above.
Okay. So that is
Not even a
30.
gold dragon. That's awesome.
That's 30 more gold dragons.
There you go. Your mumsy and dadsy sends you some more money. Right. Yeah, no, what you're thinking of up by 3 is the difficulty level of
Okay.
Game of Thrones. Every 3, it's always an something of 3
Like
for
a 9
difficulty.
to 12, yada yada yada.
Ah,
exactly.
okay. Difficulty bracket. Gotcha.
Yeah. So, yeah. Boop-a-doop-a-doop. Cool. So,
My question, real quick, before we
Yeah.
continue, is the Maester needed to go to King's Landing as well, or
100%.
I wasn't sure.
Everyone's going. You can't stay behind. I'm not letting.
No.
You have
Well,
no choice.
Also,
Get in,
a
we're going.
huge tournament like this, Thorsten, the Maesters Conference is going to happen.
Maester Con!
Yeah.
It's where all the maesters gather so they can fight.
Maester.
Yeah.
They have a Maester off.
So
Isn't
it's
cool?
it's true. It's a legitimate competition to earn glory for his house.
Shit.
I will
yeah.
be there.
Ooh, you and
Yeah.
your disgusting rolls
You
go over
get
there.
to talk to
and
Grand
You
Maester
better
Pice.
be there.
All the other big
Oh,
Hamden might be there.
Myself.
Accurate reaction. I
Maester
think.
Hamden might be there. Have fun with.
Possibly. A lot. Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of different. I mean, I know who for sure is going to be there is Archibald, who is the Danitz Maester.
Oh
Awesome.
shit! Good thinking of that.
Maybe that'll be a good way to get some information.
Anyways, he
I
probably
could
doesn't like us. Let's be honest.
probably
Anyway,
not. We could probably.
so
Person's smart. We could work something.
we have fortuned, we have wealth.
Mm-hmm. We have fortune. We have wealth. All that good stuff.
Mm.
So, it has been basically like a very quick, some breathing room, but it's mostly been planning out outfits, like planning schedules, guard schedules, trying to leave more information for stuff like that, because it's all hands on deck as we head into a royal tournament. Now, some people might remember like the tournament in like the first of Game of Thrones, where it wasn't like a ton of people and there was like kind of low kind of stands and stuff. That was just kind of what Robert started doing later in his life, where he just like, well, the sun came out today, tournament. Whoa. This is very different. This is a tournament celebrating the birth of a princess. The first princess of this new dynasty. So this is a huge deal, and there will be a lot of people here.
Oh, yeah.
Oya, 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 oya. It's not kind of lost on you that an important opportunity for your house. Forge alliances, learn all the latest news and gossip at the court. And of course, to meet the men and women who represent the great houses of Westeros. In the years to come, some of these noble folk will be your allies or liege lords, and others your enemies. It pays to know which is which and which way the wind is blowing. So riches won in this tourney may be far more than gold. You know what I mean? Of course, others might be dreaming of the feasting, merriment, great joust featuring the finest knights of the land to prove their worth, along, of course, the grand melee to create prizes offered by the crown. To say nothing, of course, of the adoration and cheers of the crowd. There is basically something for everyone coming into this, and it represents a lot of opportunity, and of course, for those who might know better, a lot of pressure. So we'll see how everyone deals with it. Normally, I would start this out on the road, but I do believe some people need some, want to do some quick scenes and clarifications about what they've done. Before we do anything, David, is you have ideas for what did you want Thorsten to do during the whole debacle where you had to be absent?
Yes, after I was told about the Isle of Faces, I'd like to do some research.
Have done some research?
Yes.
Some research.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, absolutely.
Let me switch back.
This is going to be a challenging test, so it is TR9 to find detailed information.
Could I have Bailey help me out because she told me about it?
Who's Bailey?
Clarissa, would you have helped Thorsten out?
She can. I don't think she can right now. I think
she's a bit busy.
Very busy. Yeah.
Doing some other stuff. Makes sense. All right, so Thorsten, why don't you give me that research roll?
+4, 28.
28. Yeah. Why wouldn't you? So that's 4 degrees of success. So yes, the Isle of Faces. It's not a hidden thing. There are plenty of stories about it. The Isle of Faces is a sort of sacred island in the middle of a lake, which is known as the God's Eye. It is the same lake that Harrenhal borders. It's in the southeastern Riverlands. It is one of the few known locations of Weirwoods, south of the Neck in the western.
In the north?
Yeah. Well, the neck, of course, is the connector.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it is in the southeastern Riverlands. It is actually, in fact, on our map.
Mm-hmm.
If you see, it is exactly right there. The Isle of Faces. Very nice.
How far away is that from King's Landing?
Well, I believe we can measure it. That far.
So 6 days ride.
Yeah. Slower, quicker if it's just up.
Mm-hmm.
It is this far. Yeah, it's a distance.
Yeah.
Well, the average person can walk 30 miles a day
Mm-hmm.
if that's all they really do.
Oh.
So
Yeah, that's all they really do. Yeah, no, we can see how long it could take, but it would take a couple days. Yeah.
Mhm.
But yeah, that is where the Isle of Faces are. You would also know that there was some kind of pact signed there. There's a lore, of course, that it's a pact signed between the first men and the children of the forest to sort of keep it, tame. Like it was to end the war, and in celebration, the trees were made into weirwoods. Like it's like an old wives' tale, kind of like history through mysticism thing. A while back, some Andals way back in the day tried to destroy it. It did not work out for them. Not a direct reference to the Isle, but there is a story that happened not terribly long ago. This would have been about 12 years ago. A knight known as the Knight of the Laughing Tree showed up at a tournament, a masked knight, and he bared a symbol of a weirwood tree on his a smiling weirwood tree on his shield, and he stated that he was from the Isle of Faces. He defended the honor of a Cranog man who had been insulted by a knight at a tournament in the Riverlands.
Defended the honor of a what?
A Cranog man, the people who lived in the neck.
Men.
Yeah, well, I mean, they're also just no too. The dirty swampmen part of them is sort of like what they were 300 years ago. They are now just people, but they are technically like the Reeds. Jojen and Mira Reed, they're Cranogs. Yeah, the Cranog men is what they're called. So there was a Cranog man at a tournament. He was assaulted by a knight. The Knight of the Laughing Tree defended his honor in a duel, in which he won that duel. He showed up as mysteriously as he disappeared. No one knew everything about it. It just seemed, that was a thing. There's a lot of speculation on who actually was that guy. A lot of people think it was a Stark of some kind, due to the relation that Cranog man was, in fact, the Lord Reed, the Lord of House Reed. But he was still a little bit dirty. So yeah, that's what you know.
Okay. Put that in my little checklist of places to potentially visit while we're close.
Yep, sounds good. Okay. Well, if that's that, Vivian, is there a conversation you needed to have? 2 or 3?
Yeah, well, you said that you like one-on-one conversations to have so.
Oh, okay. Because I know you said you wanted to get every.
Yeah, for prep for King's Landing. That if you can do here, fine.
Yeah, absolutely. Go for it.
Yeah.
So if you wanted to bring all of the player characters,
the PCs,
onto PCs into a room for Vivian to be like.
Alrighty then.
Yeah, we can go over that for sure.
Yes. So I wanted to say, in light of everything that we discovered, that I think it's paramount that we tread very carefully on our way to King's Landing. We don't know the reason why. His name is Arthur or Arthur?
What are you talking about?
Adam. We don't know the reason why Adam has challenged our family. But we can assume that it's not going to go well. So we are already at a disadvantage. And it is paramount that when we arrive at King's Landing, we remember that while in the Reach we have status, in King's Landing we are part of the crowd. We are not to pick fights with the gold cloaks.
Not saying anything. Just not looking at her.
And we will carry ourselves with the dignity that we have, with the dignity that comes with this. That being said, if someone challenges you, I will put faith in your reasoning as to what steps to take with that. Another matter I think we should all be very aware of is no matter personal feelings towards the revelations that were revealed, we are a family, and we must stay together. Any dissonance that people see in us weaken this house, and we crumble if we are seen as weak. That's all I had to say.
All right.
Understood.
Oh, did you want to bring up the Lord thing?
Which one? Oh,
There
the
are
thing.
multiple.
Yes. I know Lord Diedrich has allowed me to have a voice within our home, and that is a benefit that I do not take for granted. But he is our Lord. So if he gives you an order, if you look at me for any confirmation, I will leave you out in the cold. Are we understood?
Yes, like a good man.
Yes, my lady.
Wonderful. Is there anything else you'd like to add, beloved?
I understand that hard times have befallen this house right now. Though our land prospers, we as a house have a few cracks. That may be our downfalling. But I do believe we are stronger than this. We can make it out of this. We just have to work together. I look around between everyone. Understood?
Yes, my
Understood.
lord.
Oh lord.
Yes, my lord.
Look at you guys pulling together.
Oh.
Puking
Very
around.
nice.
Oh,
Mhm.
God.
Yep. All right. So, of course, Nero Black is left in charge once again. He is very used to it at this point. Now, here's a question to you, Lord Tiedric.
Yes.
Did you wish Sir Cedric, your master at arms, to stay at the house, or would you allow him to, come with you to the tournament?
If it were any other time, I would definitely allow him to come with us.
Mm-hmm.
But because of what the damage just pulled,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if this whole thing is to get our main fighting force away or
Mhm.
not.
Right.
So I will leave him and allow him to select the men that will come with us.
Very well. Okay. Okay, hold on. So,
Obviously, you want John.
I mean, it would be nice.
Yeah.
I mean, he does have a very nice axe that he wants to test out.
Right, yeah.
All the things.
Also, I would like to make a few purchases before we leave.
Okay.
A tower shield.
Mm-hmm.
And what else was it? I totally left the page.
Did you put anything like into your like character sheet of what you wanted to buy? With that,
Not yet, because I wanted to talk to him first to make sure if it was possible. I mean, I know it's possible, but yeah. So,
Easy girl.
All right, so I just want to. There you go. Those are the 6 handpicked guards who are being sent with you. Those are their names. I have always found anytime a house enters King's Landing, those personal guards tend to get a lot more screen time. So.
Immediately writing down said names.
Jean, you have Jean, of course. Micah, Kale, Cord, Lyric, and
Kale.
Hello, my name is Cord.
Kale.
I'm made of rocks.
Can I request that Felix go too? I know it's like
No.
damn.
So Felix is Cedric's squire.
What I was
Cedric
thinking,
is
I was
not
like,
going. Felix is not going.
I thought we might have a good time.
Yeah,
but all right, that
they
makes
have,
sense.
they have to, unfortunately. No, Felix super wanted to go, and so did
Yeah.
Cedric, but he, of course, does his duty.
Haven't you had enough fun?
My damn.
That was a low blow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So those are your 6 men, your 6 riders coming with you.
alright.
Can I speak to Cedric before we leave?
Of course you
It won't
can.
be anything big, just something.
Sure, absolutely.
Okay. At some point, I'll find him. Doesn't have to be anything.
Yeah.
Time, just to talk about this real quick.
Yeah.
She would have kept him informed about like the big details, the ones that she kept from Thorsten.
Yeah.
So I think that she's going to, just ask him to keep an eye, try to figure out who those guards were. And
Yeah, he says he's looking into it. He does though look definitely concerned for you, and is like, maybe you should get some tea from Thorsten and maybe have some sleep.
You're funny, Cedric. I'm going to be days away from the Isle of Faces. That's not something that I'm going to sleep through. Thank you, though. Keep me
I
updated.
think Clarissa just, they need everyone. They need you at your best, and I know you feel you have to be, but you should, at some point, need sleep. I've seen what it does to people in war, and it's not good.
I'll try my best.
That's all I ask. Good travels, cousin, and I'll try to get something for you when you.
I would appreciate it.
Okay. Awesome. Good. Alrighty. Cool. So, y'all set off on the long journey to
Apparently, we
King's
forgot all our
Landing.
purchases. Okay.
I'm so sorry. Yes, thank you. No, you can always be like, Tony, my purchase. What did you wish to
Tower
Yes.
shield.
And
okay. You wanted the tower shield.
Turning lance.
Okay, yeah. Well, so your family has you have turn.
Yes.
You don't have to buy one. Like you've got turning
Okay.
it.
Oh, sorry. Randy.
Just know
Can
you can't use a tower shield on a horse.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Because that is
Are
a
you-
thing that's as big as you.
Are you bringing Endeavor?
no,
That's not his horse. No, I
Yeah,
don't
he
think
has his
so.
own horse.
no.
Yeah. He got his own horse. We're not bringing that horse.
Unless you want to try and sell him at the
That horse would murder us in our sleep
I don't
on the
think
way
we could
there.
get him to go like 10 feet out the stables. I don't think he's going.
If
That
we-
horse isn't going anywhere.
By some grace of God, managed to sell that horse, we would find the horse back in our stable 2 weeks later, covered in blood.
Very true.
We're not getting rid of that horse.
Tony, I know last session I had to use the chainmail to fight. Could I have, like, in that time, gotten my own so I could
Well-
keep that armor and everything?
Speaking of that, Vivian, do you want to talk to your son?
Sure. Yeah.
Oh,
Well, I
God,
wanted-
again.
I wanted this to be a big dramatic reveal.
I can wait. Yeah, sorry, I didn't know.
No, it must. No, it's okay. It can be done. I think it's
Okay.
just gonna be like as we're packing our things up. I would have asked Henrik to see me with our blacksmith.
I think this is some sort of weird punishment that my mom's concocted because I think she's still mad at me about everything. Begrudgingly follow her.
That was yesterday. It's a new day. So I think your father said it best that he and I were very proud of you that you stood up for your cousin, but you were woefully unprepared, and I was hoping to save this for your name day, but it seems this is as good a time as any. And
So yeah, your blacksmith unveils a sheet from a stand, and you see a glittering set of custom plate mail.
Oh my god!
Holy shit.
Oh, shit.
It's been completely fitted to you.
Oh my god.
Vivian, do you want to talk about the design of it?
you have better words than I do.
I don't have what your design details
Okay,
in front of me.
So
No,
okay, no
describe.
problem.
Someone do it. I'm
Yeah,
excited.
so it is a deep
Imagine it now.
crimson red metal, and all along the right hand side, crushed amethyst are blooming weirlights that trail up the side of your sword at the arm and wrap around the neck and the helm as if the wielder's being strangled by a vine of weirlight.
Also giving you a crown.
Also giving you a crown.
It's so pretty. Oh god, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it has legitimate
out.
amethyst and gems embedded into it.
Yeah.
Shit.
It looks like a real knight's.
Yeah, I think I'm just like, Henry's just like stunned, like almost like for a second, I was like dreaming, totally dreaming. This wouldn't happen. Like, take a second.
I want to do one thing before we leave, and it's small.
Okay, but
I wanna make
they're hold on, they're having
Yeah.
it. Yeah, but the blacksmith
Dang
is
it,
just is just like, I understand you speechless. It's my best. It's some of my best work. You're
It's
welcome.
incredible. I don't even know. Like for a second, I was like almost too afraid to touch it, and like about to say like I don't even know if I can wear it, make it look too good. But you know, I'll try. Sorry, do one. Amazing. Thank you.
Of course. Wear it well, and I hope you win many champions with it.
Yeah. Of course, you probably shouldn't wear it on the ride. You'll
No,
Right.
no.
die.
We'll die.
Yeah.
But no, we can put it in a nice box.
I have to
Yeah.
look at it like every night. I was like, oh, so close.
you put it right next to Tedric's armor.
Beautiful.
Yep.
Yep. Tedric's armor, of course, was ancestral, and how terrifying it is.
Yes.
That's when I'm older and I have to like, you know, be a threat to
Buff up.
people. Now I'm young.
Well, the armor can always be retired.
Show like this. This is
Yeah, this is fresh for you, right?
beautiful.
Yeah, so yeah, you can put it there. Of course, I'm sure men don their traveling mail for, you know, armored, but at least comfortable compared to fucking plate mail, which is just like, yes, off we go. Yeah, so everyone packs and packs up. David, you said you wanted to do something?
Yes. How educated is Darren?
There are 2 Aarons.
Who?
Darren, the guy we brought back
Oh,
from.
Darren Manning? Oh, he's indicated. He can read.
Okay. I want to make
like us.
I'm assuming he's not coming with us, correct?
You come with us?
He can come with. There's an archery
He should come with
competition.
us. Yeah, he should come
Hi,
with us.
Sylvie's gonna be there along with our cousin
Is she?
probably.
Are they?
I'm
Yeah.
not sure.
It's possible.
I
I did ask for all.
So pros and cons. Cons. Sylvie and Kevin might be there.
Mm-hmm.
Pros. Good
Pos-
chance for him to learn how to not be a creeper around other nobles and women.
Socialization is very important.
It
I think
is.
for young
You have to.
teenagers,
You have to make sure that you socialize feral
I
animals.
really do. Yeah. Gotta make sure you do.
Well, also pro of leaving him home. Cedric can like fully beat the heck out of him,
This is
like
true.
in training.
True. So,
So what?
I
What is the decision?
So
here?
I think at the end it's Lord and Lady.
Yeah.
You lead our house. What do you do?
Cedric,
Well, what do you want to do?
Cedric, Vivian, is Darren coming or not? Like, there's a lot of pros and cons there.
Yeah.
Pros, he definitely needs socialization. That's
Mhm.
the problem of him, right?
That's his issue.
At the same time, you're also going to a delicate situation. Who knows if he can make things worse? He obviously knows not to talk anymore. But
That's something.
so there are definitely pros and cons of bringing him. It's just basically you have basically been made. Mainly, Cedric, you've been made his night father essentially.
Yeah.
So it is very much your decision of what he does. If you
I don't feel this would be the appropriate first outing for him.
okay, so you will not have him squire there.
No.
Okay, so you're not bringing him. Alrighty, Darren is not coming.
Aw.
Yes.
that was
I
It's
just
too
foresee
soon.
too many bad things happening.
Hey, it's Tejic's decision. People can keep their comments to themselves.
I know.
All right, Thorsten,
yes.
what did that change?
No, that was what I wanted to know with Darren.
Yeah, so Darren's staying.
Okay, that's all. I just wanted
Okay,
to
so-
find out what was going on with him.
Fantastic. So
Cheddar, medium.
we're setting off then. Yes.
Yes.
All right. Away.
Yes.
So,
The-
y'all begin traveling. Of course, you set off on a long journey on the Rose Road. That's going to take you, up to King's Landing itself. What started out as like an exciting, adventure on a bright summer morning, very quickly taken a gray turn as a steady drizzle has begun.
Oh, how big.
Yeah. And it's begun to dampen your spirits. Sodden clothing. Of course, the ladies of the house are kept quite dry in their lovely carriages. Quick tarps have been thrown over the equipment carts, but the soldiers and those on horseback, not even your, what's it called? Even like your heavy wool cloaks only do so much to keep out the damp and the subsequent chill. So everyone on a horseback is fairly miserable. Everyone inside is fine. Constance broke the blankets out to just press on everyone to keep the chill away. The curtains have been drawn, essentially these thick red velvet padded curtains have just gone over all the windows to kind of keep damp and chill out. So everyone in the carriage is doing pretty good. But Nymora, Tedric, and I think Henrik, you're writing? Yeah, y'all are a bit miserable.
Yeah, it's fitting.
She's got like her hair just like coiled on top of her head to try and just keep the weight off of it, but her hair is so thick she's got like 5 pounds just on the top of her head.
It's like a
20
cold
pounds
rain.
of
It's
wet.
not like humid and stuff like that, because that'd make it even worse.
No, it is a cold rain.
All right.
At least there's that.
That's something.
Now it's you've been traveling for a while, and there is supposed to be basically about a day's ride out. There's an inn up ahead. You've already basically like charted your way through. Now this is the inn you stayed at the last time you came in, because this is the inn at a famous crossroads in the Reach, where it diverts onto what's known as the Knight's Path, which is the path you guys took to Helmcrest. This time you are going to be staying on the Rose Road. So this is an inn that's familiar, but the rest, a lot of you haven't been to. Tidric and Vivian, you've been to the other. Of course, they see so many people, they're not going to remember you necessarily. But yep, and this one, of course, is very famously known as the Inn at the Crossroads. Because it's the Inn at the Crossroads. Yeah.
To the point. I like it. Simple.
Yep. So you are, and it's supposed to be, it's coming up supposedly soon. And most of you fervently hope so. As a warm fire and some dry clothes and maybe some decent fucking food would go a long way towards improving the moods abound. Now, this is, of course, a day outside of your lands. So you at some places in your lands, but this is past that now. This is essentially the second day of travel, but and the first one outside your land. However, a shiver not related to the chain, the chill, the rainy chill, kind of passes through you as a murder of crows is spotted. Quite large one.
Mm-hmm. Many crows. Too many count.
Fucking crows. They're taking wing, cawing, squawking, and from along the road ahead of you. Not some of it in the sky, but many just around the road on the bend ahead of you.
Okay, like directly on the road.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, Mora. That's right ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. So you two. Right ahead, what do you tell your men to do? Guard the...
Stay back. Guard the carriage.
Okay. So, Nymora, Tidric, you ride ahead a bit. Overlaying the damp smell of leaves is the stench of death wafting you on the winds. Before you even get too close, you already smell death.
Kind of figured.
As you kind of ride ahead, some of the crows are like get a little out of your way, but aren't necessary.
Yeah, cheeky bastards.
They're being crows.
You do kind of see alongside the road, in a shallow gully, are bodies. Yeah, you see 3 men. Though one of them is hardly more than a boy. Maybe a few years younger than Henrik.
Bad day for them.
They are clothed in little more than underwear.
Real bad day for them.
And a layer of mud and blood just coat them. And their wounds are quite obvious, as they obviously bore witness to some form of before they died, of course.
I'm going to take a look around.
Sure. Absolutely. So, you want to make an awareness test to see if you see anything? Yeah.
Did.
Yep. 11. That's pretty good. So, you don't, as you kind of look around, you just see mostly like mud trail. The rain has like not necessarily preserved anything that's happened here. It's you don't think you're being watched or looked at. You look in the trees alongside the road, and nothing really jumps out at you. You're not really sure what happened here. If you want to like try and examine body anyone, it would be a cunning test to be like, if you try to find anything, something off of them that would give you a hint.
Yeah, not the best at cunning.
Neither am I, but I'll give it a shot.
Sure, absolutely. It is an easy
assist?
test.
I mean, I
Sure.
got
What's your
two in
cunning?
2.
2.
Yeah.
Sure. I will
Both
give
of
you.
us are just like,
I will
man.
give you a. I will give you. You get a +1. It is an easy test. So the difficulty is 3.
All right, here goes.
7. So 8. So that's 2 degrees of success. Way to go. So you notice that on what small clothes there are, you spot rust stains, meaning all of these men wore armor at some point. Although you don't see any around. You also notice their boots have been taken. And from the conditions of their bodies, they can't have been maybe a day. However, you notice the older men's hands are calloused, and their arms have developed that it is very clear from their hands the way it is. These men were knights, for sure. You don't get calluses without, you have the weapon pommel calluses, essentially. Like, these men are knights, for sure.
Yeah. These men wielded swords often. My lord, I think they might have been knights.
Yeah. Boy probably was their squire, in your opinion.
Bandits? Along the Rose Road?
We'll have to keep our eyes open from here on out.
I know it's raining and it's muddy and it's probably going to be impossible to tell. But is there any sign at least of like how many people they might have been up against?
You're not sure. There's the rain. It's been a day in the rain. It's been rain.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's May away. But yes.
Should we take an hour and maybe just sort of move them off the road, sign of respect, or just leave? The crows will make work with them.
They are already off the road.
It's true. They're in a gully next to the road.
Yeah. Okay, technically they're off the road, but the crows will make work of them soon enough. Poor bastards.
May that not happen to our group.
I'm sure it won't. We're better than that.
Indeed. Alright, I will head back now.
Alright. As Naimorian, you turn away, suddenly you hear a
shit. I'm gonna turn back around and just sort of like...
You see the kid moving.
Yeah, just head down into the gully. And just try and assess his wounds. Is he movable?
Well, why don't you give me a healing test?
Yeah. My 2
he's
healing.
fine. Just pick him up, his lower half falls off. Oh.
Come on, roll 20. Will you roll for me, please? Will you please roll? No? Hey!
Yeah.
You know enough that you probably shouldn't make a decision. That you should probably get Thorsten.
Yeah.
Thorsten?
Are
He's
we
probably not
within
going to
year's
hear
reach?
this.
No.
Someone's gonna ride back.
I'm gonna ride back and go get him.
Okay.
Thorsten, we need you.
So yeah, he gets on his horse, rides away. So the kid sort of is just like hacking and coughing and
There. Thank you, roll 20. Thank you for that. Thank you.
Eat some dirt. It'll help.
Put some dirt in it.
I'm assuming that was a delayed, like, from you trying to click it multiple times.
Yeah.
All right, so you've gone near him. He's just like, just trying to like catch some air of some kind.
Yeah,
Are you talking to him? Are you doing anything?
Yeah, I'm just gonna kneel down, like put my like with his head in like near my lap, just like try to hold him still.
Okay.
And she's like, don't move, you're going to aggravate whatever it is that you've punctured or bled out. Don't move. Okay?
So-
Someone is coming, there's help coming.
As you're kind of talking to him, his eyes like flutter in, and you just kind of like just this horrible moan of pain,
Mhm.
and it looks like he's sort of maybe coming to
You can,
You cut out. What was that?
coming to some form of consciousness,
Okay.
and he just kind of like looks up at you, and he just goes like, "Lady," and he just looks like he can barely talk.
Don't talk. You're really hurt. We're going to get somebody who's going to come and help you make you feel better, all right? Don't just keep looking at me.
Yeah, he just goes. He's just trying to get something out. He's just like, bandit.
Yeah, we
They-
figured as much. We figured as much.
Four. There's four. And he just, his lips are cracked, bloody. In your mind, he's been laying here for a day.
Mm-hmm.
And
Christ, I want to give him water, but I don't know if that's going to make him worse. So, all right, 4 bandits. Okay, it's all right. You've done enough. Just stop trying to talk, please.
yeah, he just kind of like coughs a bit, and you definitely see his like lips are red with blood, as are his teeth. It doesn't look great. So, Tedric, you make it back.
Austin,
yes.
we need you ahead. Come here. Come now.
I
Cool. You hop on the back of his horse because that's the most convenient thing you can do.
Yes.
Pull
I
Thorsten
do
out
have
the
an
window
animal,
in front of the
right?
carriages.
Animal of 3, so
Yeah, you hop on the horse and you
Book it.
you guys book it back. And
I will explain that there's a young boy that has been badly injured as we're going.
yeah,
as I make sure to grab my bag because he said I needed it.
of course, yeah. No, you got your stuff. So he kind of he's just looking up at Namor, and he goes, they didn't fight like bandits. They had weapons and armor. They unhorsed they unhorsed Surotic and my master Timon. One of them stabbed me and threw me. I couldn't do anything. It just just kind of again coughing, trying to suck in some kind of breath. Thorsten, you arrive, and you see Nymora in a ditch with bodies talking to this mostly naked,
Another
very
body.
Weird dead
looking
boy.
child.
I will immediately. What is it? It's not treat injury. It's the other one.
Diagnosis.
Diagnose. I don't have diagnosis, so I'm just going to do a healing.
Yeah, it's a healing check. If you want to get down there, do a healing check.
Oh, come on. There we go.
16. That is in fact 3 degrees of success. So
Okay.
you're looking over, you see his wounds. This child is dead. He's talking, but you see his face, you see the wound, you see the mud all around. This wound has fully festered in his side. There is very little blood left in him. He is going to die, and as looking at it, there is nothing.
Yeah, I know. I figured that would happen.
I will cast
He
Cure
looks like
I cast Revivify.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
put another cleric right now. Oh god, I can't.
I'm going to give the boy a little bit of milk of the poppy just to help him.
with the yeah.
Well, not with that. Just that way, if he wants to talk any final words, he can.
Sure.
And as I'm doing this, I'm gonna as I tell him that, I'm also gonna tell him that your wounds aren't healable. You're going to die, and I can make it painless for you.
He yeah, if you like offer him the milk of the for sure. Gladly. He can't move much at all.
No, I get down and I give it to him so he can
Absolutely.
go out on a high.
Yeah, you give him a bit of the milk of the poppy. He like and then he just kind of like looks at Naimora. He's just like I can't. Please. Can you just? I don't mean matter much, but Master Timon, he was a good man. He always treated me right. Please, can you find these men? Please, avenge, do justice. I don't so much, but please, you stopped. You stopped.
She's nodding,
Yeah.
and just like bends her head down. Just bend my head down, and she's like, "Tell me everything that you remember, as much as you can."
Yeah, so he does get out some words. He says, "You do now know the name of the two men. They're Sir
Roddick
Timon."
and Timon.
Yeah, Roddick and Timon. They were knights, apparently. He was Timon's squire, which one of these is Timon. They were apparently on their way to King's Landing. Then in the evening, basically, they were set upon by bandits. They were well armed, and they didn't fight like bandits.
That's what you said, yeah.
Basically, they unhorsed both the knights immediately and killed them on the ground. Which he does mention. He goes, he says his name is Jodrell.
Jodrell.
Yeah, it's spelled like this.
And
Jodrell.
then Roddick and Timon.
Yeah, exactly. Literally, exactly.
She's got her fantasy spelling
naming.
down.
Yep.
He goes, Can you please bury them? They're good, honest noblemen. Please, just please bury them. I don't care. I don't care about me. Just please bury them.
You will all be buried.
We'll take care of
Kind
everything.
of not sure where that comes from, but he just says thank you. Seven bless you. Seven bless you.
Did you have a house, Jodrell?
I was the son of a stableman, but Timon, he took me in. He said I could be a knight. I was like, I don't matter, just bury them.
I will remember you. Close your eyes.
And he's just like, it feels. And then you just see his eyes go lightless.
Just close his eyes before I can't anymore, and just look up at Thorsten and Tedric up at the top. Just like, he's gone. I don't know how much of that you heard, but bandits who didn't fight like bandits killed the noble knights.
This is on the outskirts of our land, right? Like
You're outside your land.
Okay.
Yeah,
But not
you're
super
well
far.
outside.
Okay.
No, not super far.
Well up. Yeah, but outside enough. Whose land would we be in at this point? Or is it just kind of like...
Technically speaking, this is the road.
Mm-hmm.
The king?
All of it is the king's land. We all know that.
Yeah.
And the ones that aren't claimed by other lords are the kings.
Technically speaking, you would be probably the Tyrells at the moment.
They do.
You would have had to pass by High Garden to get here.
Mm-hmm.
Near High Garden. You're kind of just sort of nearly entered, essentially.
I will go back up to the road.
Yeah.
Wave the signal for my men to bring the carriage forward.
Okay.
I have 3 of the men, Mika, Kale, and Lyric,
Okay.
begin to bury the bodies.
Bury the bodies. Okay, cool.
The other three, along with myself, and hopefully 9 more, unless she wants to join in on burying the bodies. That's completely up to her. We will all be posted and keeping a watch out.
Okay. I'm guessing you don't want to bring the carriage up, so your child and wife see dead people.
That is correct.
Yeah, understood.
Yeah. Naimura will help with burying the bodies. More hands means it gets done faster.
That's
Be
true.
the first dead body.
I will help as well since I am there.
All right. So everyone kind of pitches in. So the ground basically paste. It's just thick mud, and with the rain, this takes a long time. Burying these 3 men, also not only digging the graves, but also getting the rocks for the cairn, as that is what Westerosi's view a grave as. This takes a few hours. So, of course, the ladies, you're all not sure what's going on, but you've been stopped here in this random place for a while.
I will go and speak to my wife privately.
Okay.
Let her know what's going on.
Is privately her sticking her head out the window?
Pretty much.
I was gonna say, because I'm not getting in the rain.
Perfect.
Must this stressed? Hell no.
No. Hair's not getting frizzy because of this. Mm-mm.
Yeah,
I will lean in and I will whisper it into her ear.
there we go.
Oh. Woof. I'll just nod and like pat his hand, signal for later.
Jennifer, Imeda goes, "What goes on, my lady? Why are we stopped?"
There's some trouble in the road. Lord Tedrick is getting it handled. It'll just be...
Oh no! Is it a log or something? Are the men lifting logs? Are the men lifting logs without their armor on?
And I just kind of... Well, there'll be plenty ogling to do when we get to the tournament.
Oh, don't I know it, my lady? And her and Constant just immediately like laughs to herself, and they seem definitely excited for
A lot of giggling.
all that goes on. Oh yes, giggling. Yeah. So it takes like a better part of 3 hours or so to do this properly. But you make the cairn. Those of you who feel the need can say some things at the body if you.
I will repeat a piece of scripture from the 7.
Fantastic. May the warrior guide you. May the all that good stuff.
Yes.
And may the stranger keep you hidden. All right, very cool. Finally, you begin moving, but by the time you get moving, that took a while. All the men are covered in dirt and are just utterly miserable. No one's complaining because the Lord's right there, but Their faces definitely speak of, those who have just dredged. But after a little while, just as night begins to settle in and must be lit in the rain, the sight of the timbers and thatched roof of the inn are welcome to the unending drizzle. Even more so is the curl of blue-gray smoke from the fieldstone chimney, speaking to you of a warm hearth and hopefully some warm food and drink as respite for your travels.
Now it's a good thing that it's raining, because now we're all going to get cleaned.
It's true. You all pull up to the inn at the crossroads. It's a very long, squat building. It has 2 stories. The stairs to the second story is on the outside, on the right-hand side. On that same side is also a large barn, basically a stable, where the carriage is sort of moved in. Horses are unhooked. They're stabled, fed. All the hands are helping you take care of the horses. You, of course, as nobles, don't need to stable your own horses. That's ridiculous. You have people for that.
Just hold the reins out and someone appears.
Exactly. It's actually incredibly true. Teodric just swings his leg over, hooks down, holds out. It's done.
Suddenly there's a boy.
Yeah, there's a boy. Just like, of course, my lord. You and then you all, some tarp. Some of the men immediately grab the that have been sort of canvassing some areas, extend it over the side of the carriage where they put it away, so all the ladies can get out and not get wet and dirty.
Perfect.
So, of course, Vivian, Mariella, Clarissa, you all stand out with Constance and Jennifer. All get out and enter the inn at the crossroads. As you come, he goes, you hear an older woman go, "All right, yes. Oh, I reckon you guys were here too long ago. Isn't it the Lord and the Lord Weirlight? Hello, all." You recognize the innkeeper, Masha Heedle. She's the innkeeper at the inn at the crossroads. She's gray-haired older woman. Her teeth are stained red from chewing sour leaf most of her life, which is sort of like tobacco-y. And she's chewing it right now.
Then how would I address her?
Masha, probably, if you're feeling thing, or if you want to be formed Miss Heedle.
Okay.
Because it's never been clear whether the people who live here are her family or not. It's very not clear. Because there's a servant girl in her late teens, a stout lad around this a similar age, an older man who helps out. They look like a family, but it's never been clear if they're actually related. And no one's really asked. So.
Yes, of course, Masha. We were just recently here. We are on our way to King's Landing.
Yes, everyone's in all a tizzy about.
Yes.
Weird. Getting that message sent ahead. So, of course, they're already ready to go upstairs, but come on, sit. So, in here, there are spread out. It's very
Yeah, cut out.
Oh, I'm sorry. The way the Inn of the Crossroads, spread out is the second you enter, there's a long bar in the building, sort of like in an L-ish shape. The long bar kind of feeds around that bend in the wall, and the rest are just tables and bar stools set up against it. And of course, there's a roaring fire. Besides the people taking care of stuff outside. They're only and the servant girl in here. There are only I think probably both Nymora and Henrik would know her name, just from past knowing her. What is her name? Her name is Brenna.
Brenna? Is she
Brenna.
How old is Brenna?
Brenna would be like 18, 19.
Excellent. She's
Yep.
legal.
And then, of course, there is the stout, tanned lad who is the stable hand, sort of running things. Very built, handsome young lad. That's Davin.
Brynna?
No, Brenna.
Ah.
Brenna. That's not Brenna. Yeah, Brenna and Davin. There are two people in here that seem to be actual customers. One is sitting at a table by himself, much older man. He's a white beard, big white beard. This kind of little circular hat, like almost like skin flesh hat, kind of imagine a very large yarmulke or a tight beanie, just kind of placed over his head. He has a large sack next to him. He has, he's eating some food as an ale. From his clothes, he looks to maybe be a tinkerer. There is
Santa Claus?
Santa Claus. He's very thin though. The other one is a stout male sitting right in front of the fire, and he is sitting at it. He is shivering and looks like drinking hot tea, and is occasionally sniffling, and he looks fairly miserable. He does have some armor on. It looks like he's like a sellsword or something. He doesn't have any heraldry, so probably not a hedge knight, but just somebody who fights for a living. But he looks fucking miserable. But yeah, and here you all are. Enter the tap. You all get some hot meals. Very nice.
Mm-hmm.
Hot meal.
Hot meal. They offer their vegetable. They grow their vegetables directly behind the inn, so they're all fresh.
Farm to table.
Farm to table. Yeah, exactly. Now, of course, their vegetable medley is cabbages and carrots. And that's the medley. That's the medley.
The cabbage soup that we worked so hard not to eat every day, we're now eating. That's great. Yeah.
Yep.
Cabbages, and if you're lucky, 2 kinds of carrots.
Whoa.
The one that's orange and one that's a little bit less orange.
They're also willing for the Lord, if he requests, to butcher a chicken for him, if he wishes a chicken.
Lord.
For any of you, you're noble, so they're like, we want a chicken. I'll go kill a chicken.
In the rain.
I'm thinking cow. No.
They don't want that.
Delicious.
Mm-hmm.
A chicken it is.
Yeah, absolutely. So they will make you a chicken. Of course, he goes, my lord, my young lord, can I interest you in a top of ale?
Yes, that'd be fantastic. Thank you.
Head perks up.
Oh shit! Right,
Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
Really freaking out parents are here.
And of course, you're at the that you are. The drinking age is 8, so.
No, I know, but yeah, probably can't. Yeah.
Also, because this isn't like D&D. You can't order water. Water is full of disease here. Everyone drinks ale.
Yeah, it's small beer. Small beer.
I'll take a nail. Yeah. Mm.
Yep. Yeah, so brings everyone big toffs of ale. Some bigger than others, depending. Looks like there are 2 men, basically 4 men. They're gonna work in shifts. 4 of your men are staying in the barn because they don't get a room here because they're the help. They're gonna sleep in the barn. So 4 of them are in there right now, just guarding your plethora of horses and goods. Two of them who are Jaren and Mika, who are two of the ones who dug. They're in here getting ale in their own table, just like just taking a load off. All right. Anything anyone wants to do?
Would it be wrong? I don't know the etiquette for this. Would it be okay if I sent out some ale to the guys that are sitting outside?
Oh yeah, absolutely. They would love that.
Yes, I will do that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, the girl brings them 4 things of ale. You definitely hear from out. Hey!
Way! I'll start cheering.
Yeah, no, they definitely enjoy that.
Bailey, you wanted to do something, yeah?
Yes, I would. I want to actually find Naimora. I want to almost corner Naimora.
Oh God. So
Brings you
Naimora.
upstairs. Sorry.
Naimora is still soaking wet, and still there's just mud everywhere still. So, but she would probably be inside with the twins, just sort of supervising and making sure that Henrik doesn't go anywhere.
Oh, good thing then. Yeah, Clarissa's taking you away.
Not away.
Just
I would never take her away from her duty. But yeah, she'll kind of walk up and get a little close to you and speak quietly in your ear and say, so I don't believe a log was in that road.
I mean, you wouldn't be wrong.
Care to divulge?
In a little bit. There's something that I need to ask you too, but I want to try and ask some other questions around here first, yeah?
Of course. Come and see me anytime.
Tit for tat. I tell you what was happening in the road, and you tell me why you have all that luggage underneath your eyes.
Everyone's so worried about my eyes these days. All right, yes. Sounds like
I'm
a
always
plan.
worried about your eyes. It's one of my favorite parts of your features.
Oh, my darling, so sweet. She'll walk away.
Okay.
Okay. And what I wanted to do is probably once everyone's finished butchering the chicken, which I'm sure is an event, to ask the innkeep Masha.
Yeah.
Miss Masha, I have a question for you. Just like kind of aside from everybody, not like
she's
in
behind the
secrecy,
bar.
but yeah.
Like goes, yes, dearie. How can I help you?
Have you happened to see a group of, I would say, well-armed men passing through recently, either through your inn or around the lands? Probably about 4 of them. And when I say well-armed, I mean well-armed.
Well, dearie, I have men who are covered in arms every day. It really is.
These ones would have a different air about them. Not gentlemen.
Not gentlemen. Well, dearie, I also get a lot of those as well.
I know.
I more so, in fact. I mean, if a man of arms and ungentlemanly, look at that man right over there.
It's just pointing at the guy who's just like sneezing into his
She goes, that poor man, Corvin is his name. He's been laid up here sick.
Oh, it's unfortunate.
It is unfortunate.
Mm.
But he keeps buying tea and he keeps buying to sleep in the common. I don't complain.
All right. I figured it was worth asking you. Thank you for your time. And thank you for the chicken and the ale.
Oh, of course. I think. Yeah, so she just goes back to it.
Yeah. It was worth a shot.
All right.
If no one's gonna go for it, I'm for sure gonna go talk to dude with sitting at the tea.
You're gonna go talk to him yourself?
I mean, ooh, actually, no.
Command someone to go
I'm
talk
gonna do
to that man.
because he is well armed, and I am just a delicate female. So, I'll just like, I don't know, whatever the rich person equivalent to nudge.
It's a nudge.
It's still a nudge. To Tedric and kind of direct my eyes toward the sibling man, because you said he looked like he was a sellsword, right? He had.
Yeah, he has no markings on him whatsoever.
Mhm.
Like a mace.
Okay.
And so he's just like looks miserable and sniffling over by the fire.
Mhm. Just gonna like bring that Tedric's attention to that and like you should go talk to us, see what that's about. You're muted, Jesse. I can't hear you talking.
I'm sorry. I was like, yeah, I was already thinking about that. Well, guess I've had my chicken. Got my ale. I'll walk over and get another ale.
Sure.
Fresh ale, and bring it over to the lad.
Mm-hmm. I mean, lad, he looks maybe your age.
Yeah.
Okay. Bring it over to the man.
Mm-hmm.
Is there like a place to sit anywhere near him?
Yeah, I mean, just like across from him. He's at the table.
All right. I'll set the ale down in front of him on the table and have a seat.
He kind of like looks at it suddenly. He kind of looks at you and goes, no offense, my lord, but you probably don't want to be sitting across from me. I've got a bad cold.
I'll take my chances. So what brings you out this way?
King's Landing. Hoping to get some work done at the tournament. But I've been laid up at the inn for a while. Foul weather and all. And he kind of like sips like the tea. He looks real miserable. Kind of has like his cloak kind of wrapped around his shoulders, almost like adjusts a bit. Like, I don't expect I'd get there even before the week is just my look.
All right. So you said you were looking for work, you said? Yes.
Well, I'm hoping to earn in the tournament, of course, my lord. You know, equal opportunity and all that. And he just kind of like drips the tea. He goes, I don't mean to be kind of. The ale is. I appreciate it, but I don't think I'll be drinking it tonight. I don't think I could keep it down. I've my head's a bit spinning, my lord, and I don't want to get you sick.
All right. One moment. I'll raise my arm toward Thorsten.
Sure.
Beckon him over.
Yeah.
I get up and I walk over.
Fine.
Yes, sir.
What does my brother want now?
Okay.
Yes, my lord.
Take a look at this person. See if you can't.
Oh no,
what ails him.
my lord, I can't afford that. No, please, you're too kind. Just leave me to my tea.
Don't look at me. I'm disgusting. Big mood. How
Did
feel
I
when I'm sick.
ask you for money?
Well, no, my lord, but
Did I ask you for anything?
No, you didn't, my lord.
Then sit there and let him examine you.
Oof. So.
When you hear the phrase "lordly acts," I don't know if this is quite what you're supposed to be doing with all of
Why
that
don't you make a
status, sir.
Why don't you make a status roll?
Oh, God.
Man, it's just like
Yeah. I mean, he
long-suffering man.
relents. He's like, very well, my lords, thank you kindly.
I'll make a diagnosis check.
Please do. Oh,
He's
shit.
faking it.
He has a cold.
It's the common flu.
Yeah.
He has a cold. He's
It's
Just
People
has
want
a
it
cold. There's nothing we can do about it.
It's the bubonic plague.
It's the milk of the poppy.
So I heard you were looking for
so-
some milk of the poppy.
You like ask him some questions. But
Have you been out of the
Thorsten,
country recently?
yeah.
You've been wearing masks when you're outside. You've been social distancing. It's very important here.
Yeah,
continue.
did you stay around for the diagnosis? No?
No.
Okay.
No,
Go back to my
he's-
chicken.
Going back.
Go back to your chicken.
Going back into my chicken
All right, yeah, Thorsten.
and my vegetable medication.
And he's just like, really, this isn't necessary. And you ask him questions, and you know, you kind of look at him a bit. With the 21, yeah, this dude is faking.
Oh shit!
Okay.
You don't think he's at first you're like, yeah, this guy's sick, but it just he asks some questions and it just doesn't. You ask him questions
It doesn't
and his
add up.
answers don't add. It almost seems like he forgets sometimes that he's supposed to sniffle, and it doesn't sound like a real sniffle. And you're like, hey, blow into this, and he blows, and nothing's comes out. Which if he really was sick, it would be gross as hell.
Yeah.
Like, you don't think this guy's really sick.
Okay.
Or it's either he is directly lying, or he's convinced this cold is much.
Yeah. He could be a hypochondriac.
He could be, yeah. This guy, he's definitely selling that he is
Mhm.
So, you know, it's the whole doctor thing. Like, well, if he's pain scale 1 to 10.
Yeah.
Is it a frowny
So
face? Is it a happy face?
I will disregard with I mean, I realize he's faking, but I will disregard the like me catching on to it,
Sure.
and I will prescribe him something from my pouch to make him feel better.
Okay. Is it like a leaf you can put into tea or something?
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
Drug
Yeah.
shot.
I mean, he thanks you and he goes, "I'm real sorry about this. I can't. But thank you." He just thanks you.
You're welcome. And I kind of ask for his name with that.
Oh, Corvin.
You're welcome, Corbin. And I will get up and I will head towards the outhouse, the loo, whatever. And as
Sure.
I'm doing that, I'm looking at Tedric and I kind of give him a signal to follow. That way I can let him know.
He looks up from the chicken.
What?
Jesse is eating in real life.
Yeah. Clarissa, things are going on.
I will
That's-
proceed
I-
to
Yeah,
get up and head out.
I follow.
You follow me? I'm just like,
Yeah, I can do it.
Of course she does.
He wants me to.
I have no problem with my people following.
all right, yeah. Thorsten, you go out to
I
the
explain the
privy
whole-
under the rain.
And as soon as I see my brother get close, I will let him know that this man is faking it or he is selling it really well. Or not selling, he's selling it really well. Either he's faking it or he thinks he's a lot sicker than he really is.
All right.
And would this be a warfare check to see if he's waiting for somebody or anything like that?
Not really. Like you'd have to like talk to him for that. You can make any assumption you want.
Yeah.
That's how assumptions work.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
from the information you have, you don't know. He just says, "I was on my way to King's Landing. Cold has holed me up. I've been here for a few days."
Hmm. Okay. I just basically passed the information on to to Tedric.
And what did you say his name was?
Corbin?
Yeah, Corbin.
Korvin.
Corvin.
Oh.
Why does that sound familiar?
Not everyone's fancy.
Yeah, he's small folk.
Yeah,
Well,
he's for sure
possibly.
small folk.
Small
The
folk.
Milord is sort of a dead guy.
Mm-hmm.
My lord, but they say Milord.
The born people
Hello.
say my lord, not my lord.
Yeah, that's right. That's yeah.
Did you say he has a blade with him?
I believe he has a
Mace.
That
mace.
He's got a mace,
A
yeah.
mace.
Mace.
Can I take any knowledge I would have of any kind of thing with that to see how expensive it would be? I don't know what kind of check that would be.
Sure.
Would that be
Yeah. He is a. Is what
Morning
is
Star.
Okay.
the spiked mace essentially. How expensive it would be? Yeah, absolutely. You don't even have to roll. It is dirt cheap.
Okay.
A few silver stags, but comparably nothing. Like a sword would be more expensive, right?
Mm.
The fact that he has a mace means he's doesn't have a lot of money. He's got also he has he has ring mail on, which is less than chainmail. This is a poor. This is why he's definitely a sellsword. He can't afford even
It's
basic
leather
chainmail.
armor with aspirations.
Sure.
Essentially, it's like leather halkin with metal rings that are this big, just
Mhm.
weaved in.
Well, it's a step above studded leather.
He's got a shield which has no markings on it. It's got some color on it. It's shield colored mostly. You know what I mean?
Shield colored.
Shield colored.
Yeah,
That
it's
dull
metal.
gray?
There's no finer
Just
green.
metal.
Okay.
It's actually mostly wood with.
Metal
It's like we
holding it
just saw the
together.
pageantry of Henrik's new armor. There's none of that.
There's
Mhm.
none of this here. Yeah, no.
Oh, would you
Um,
like? Apologies.
Okay.
Would you like me to speak with him, my lord? You might be more.
Clarissa just operates.
Oh,
I heard there were secrets happening.
My favorite
I
pastime,
lean against
popping up on people.
the wall nearby or post or whatever.
Yeah, this is a wall. Yeah.
You gave me a start.
Apologies.
Okay. Anyway, what was that?
Would you like me to try and speak with him? He might be more willing to talk to somebody of lesser stature.
Quite possibility.
And opposite of sex.
I do consider myself good with the opposite sex. I'm the same sex, but
I
that's,
would probably
decisive.
just be careful.
Careful.
Careful. I will
No.
fill her in on what the problem was in the road.
There went 9 more as planned.
I can
Bandits
still
that
talk.
don't
Yeah.
fight like bandits.
This might be one of them. Do I remember? Did the boy say anything about Corvin?
He said
Were they all
Timon
there?
and Roddick.
Mhm.
Roddick
Okay.
and
Which-
Typhon.
Yeah, which were the men he was with who
I know
died.
those names.
No,
No. Okay.
Did he say
they are
anything about the
lesser
wounds?
knights.
Sure.
There's thousands of those, so it's there is no one man who knows every right. Some people are going to fall through the cracks.
he's out there, but we don't know who he is.
The wounds on
He's
his
at
head, were they all
the
swords?
Citadel.
Yeah.
From what you saw you only really looked at Jadrell's. His was a blade. A blade pierced his side, probably a shorter blade, and then he was just unceremoniously thrown into it.
Ah, shit. Yeah. 20 just crashed. Nice roll 20.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm gonna kind of look at Thorsten and try to make eye contact, and then I will turn to Tidrick and I'll say, my lord, you should probably return inside before your lady gets worried.
Of
And
course.
chicken cold.
And your
Yeah.
chicken cold, yes.
Oh, it spoils an appetite like a cold chicken.
I also start walking back, washing my hands in the rain.
All right.
And head inside.
Yeah, I'll wait until he's all the way inside.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll turn to Thorsten and say, there is only one group of bandits that I know that do not fight like bandits, but we are a long way away from the Akelands.
I agree.
Yeah, you're really far.
Yeah. I have...
But could they be out further than where they would normally be because of the summons to King's Landing because of the tournament?
Absolutely. Cedric is still looking into who fixed our problem for us.
Mm-hmm.
I personally wouldn't like to put money on the bandits, but it seems the only logical option at the moment. Should I know that the Lord and Lady have a lot on their plate right now? Should we tell them?
I think after the tournament, we'll let them know. We're going to be close to the Isle of Faces, so I'm planning on going there after the MaesterCon.
Yes.
Nice.
God.
God.
And in the meantime, do we simply pretend everything is fine?
Unless it's forced to come up, yes. We're
Understood?
working diligently on fixing it ourselves without having to involve them unless it becomes necessary to involve them.
Yes. Protecting them.
Mm-hmm. Giving them a fallout.
All right. I have a fake 6 sellsword to speak with, so I will
Yes.
speak with you soon.
Got it. I will head back in.
I'll print myself up a little bit, and then also.
Okay. Okay. Yep. It's been a little later at this point by the time Clarissa. Any of the noble folk start to head to bed or anything?
Yeah,
Probably.
because go ahead. Yeah. I guess I'll head to bed because I don't think Vivian has a reason to go talk to the Tinkerer because he's a Tinkerer.
Right.
So I'll head up to bed, but I'm gonna wait up for Tidrick. I'm not going to sleep yet.
Cool. You are of course given the best room.
Of course.
It's a good room. It's got 2 tables and
2 tables.
some rugs, a window, and of course a double bed.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. California King.
No.
Not
No, it
quite.
Probably barely a queen.
No. The bed is of course far less quality than you're used to. Instead of goose, instead of like swan feathers treated by orphan tears, which is of course the normal thing you sleep on. This is of course padded
By orphan tears.
by hay.
Oh, itchy.
Hay and lice.
Tinker, that was
Not so much
the
lice, but yeah.
the other guy. That was the Tinker, right? The guy with the big beard and everything.
Yes, that's the tinker.
The Santa Claus looking guy.
Yes. Santa
I mean, he's rail
He's
thick,
skinny.
but yeah.
I was imagining Santa Claus.
The skinny
Santa
Claus?
Claus is skinny in some of the things, okay?
And some of the things he's got to fit down chimney.
Oh, so he's Jack Skellington,
I think
posing.
Yeah. Sure. Santa Claus. It's his off season. He's not on the milk and cookie diet yet. Is he working on something right now? Like, is he holding something in his hand?
He's working on some ale.
I will also head up to the room.
Okay. The parents retire. Mariella, Heinrich, and y'all go to bed.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Go
Yeah.
to bed.
I think
Alright.
real quick before that, if I could, I'd like to talk to Mariella if I could. Like, if we can do it in upstairs one, not in, the dining room, but what do you want? Like, before I send you go to bed, I'll try to knock on a door or something.
Okay.
Will Mariella talk to you?
That's a good question. We haven't really talked much.
Yeah, Mariella would basically be sleeping in this one room where basically there's like two double beds, and that's basically where like her, Constance, and Jennifer will. There is also a single bed in that same room where Nymora is going to sleep. Sorry, not Nymora.
Yeah.
My bad. Clarissa.
Clarissa.
Yeah.
There is another bed where there are two beds there where Henrik and Thorsten are going to sleep. If Nymora wants a bed,
She sleeps with the men.
She sleeps with the men generally. Yeah,
she doesn't consider herself.
There are some comfy looking chairs down.
Nice. My flush chair. Yeah.
Maybe better than the hay
So
beds.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you want you going upstairs and trying to catch your sister, you may.
Yeah,
do so.
I could. And if like her, Jennifer, Constance, I'll ask if I could have like a moment alone with my sister.
I mean, yeah, you're the heir.
I know. I think I'll just like awkwardly stand there for a minute, trying not to meet her gaze. Oh, you haven't talked to me in almost a week, except for pleasantries when our parents are around. I know you have stuff to say to me, and it's fine. Just talk to me, say anything, yell at me even.
After the revelation that we all had, I was supposed to seek you out.
I just meant now. I know I should have come to you sooner about that, and especially should have now, but I don't want us to get to King's Landing with this hanging over us and me not trying to talk to you. I know that you're angry. You have every right to be. That's fine. I'm not. I didn't do anything to try to hurt you or anyone.
I would consider my history with Iris Dannett, which I have not hidden from you, would have possibly helped understand that kind of a relationship would hurt.
I know that, and I met her too before. I knew what she was like, and especially how she treated you before. And
do you? The sheer malice that drips from every word towards me? I cannot control who you may have affections for, but it doesn't mean that I can't be disappointed in it. So tell me, now that everything is out, what exactly was either this relationship or in this letter that caused such vehement reactions from you?
You're asking why I did it. I don't know. We were both there. She talked to me and...
No, I understand her and her use of words.
Okay.
I know this. However, I just get a different application of them. What was in the letter?
Just told me that she was a child and she thought I should know.
So she didn't say it was your child, just with child. Okay.
Yes.
I would have to hope she would at least have some form of honor where it would just be you.
I can't say I know her well enough to judge on that myself, but I would hope so as well. I hope she assumes that. If not, why would she send me a letter in the first place?
Considering our very different relationship with her, I don't wish to foul your ears with what would be said.
Sorry, you're my sister. I don't want to have this relationship with you where
I understand.
you hate the time you can't think of anything else next time you
That's the
see me.
sad thing. I don't hate you. I love you, but doesn't mean that I like or necessarily respect the choice you've made, which makes it so much worse. So she sent a note. We had our discussion when going to the Dulvers. What else happened? Because I'm assuming now with all of these revelations there was more. So
that's it. She sent me a letter about 5 months ago. I got it. I tried to send her one back.
No,
You know as much
I
as
know
I do
that,
at
but
this
I'm
point in
asking
time.
if, like, why didn't you talk to me? I just asked that you talk to me.
Because that's what happened. I saw how you looked at me there. Father stormed out. He couldn't even talk to me for like a day. I thought if I could figure things out once on my own and not have to come running to you or mother or father for help, that it would work out.
Okay.
And it didn't, and you're hurt because of that, and I'm sorry. Me saying it doesn't make any better, take away any of the stupid decisions I made. I am sorry, Mary. I really am.
I know you are. I'm going to pose a question. And you don't necessarily have to answer me, but you can ruminate it on your own leisure. If this were father and mother in your respective shoes, do you think they would let pride stand between the safety of the other? You don't need to answer me. I don't need that answer.
You know that.
No, but it should give you some perspective. and help you sort out how you feel. Because I know that doing right, saving pride, honor, those things are very heavy burdens to those in this house. Let that help guide what you would like to do in the future. Because you've always been more of the romantic than me. I've known my place will not get to be at Fielden Hall. So choose what will not only make your heart happy and your honor happy, but your soul. And I proceed to like kind of just turn a bit.
She leaves. They're like,
No, this is my room.
Oh, is that,
Are you kidding
Oh,
me?
is that completely gone? Oh, okay. All right. I guess I'm
This
good.
is my room.
That's fine. I was like, that's true. All right. That's it then.
And it's like, as you leave, it's like, you are my twin. And I will never socially cause a rift. I will stand with you, but just kind of like shrug her shoulders.
And leave her alone.
Alrighty. Well, that happens. Henrik, you go to bed?
Yeah, I don't sleep, but yeah, I go to bed.
Alright, cool. So everyone's going to bed, except currently Clarissa, Nymora, and Thorsten.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I don't know. Thorsten, are you going to bed?
Nope.
What you doing?
Sleep when I'm dead.
I am just going over as much as I can, just trying to my notes and continuing to research.
All right. Are you doing that in your room where there is a table for you to do things at? All right, cool. So Henrik, Thorsten is burning the midnight oil. Looking at. Mm-hmm.
All right.
I keep the candlelight down.
I'm about to say like it's candlelight, so it's not like it's.
You can't.
Yeah.
It's nice ambiance, the feather pen scratching, and
you hear the rain.
Also, can't dim it.
No, you can't dim the
dim
candle.
it.
Damn it! Yeah.
It is a candle.
I love
but
David. I keep the candlelight down. It's like, you can't dim a candlelight.
Actually,
It's
you
okay.
can dim a candle. You put a little metal shroud on one side, and it reduces the light coming around.
That's true. You can put a hood on it.
So you came packed with one?
Always. It's my candle.
It's my candle.
It's my candle.
Rex would feel anyway to sleep, so it's all right.
Clarissa, you wanted to go talk to this dude?
Yeah, first I'm gonna quickly pass by Nymora, and I'll just say, keep your eyes on me for a little bit. I have a conversation to have.
Just sit, just slowly finishing an ale and just using a rag to like wipe mud out of like.
Yeah.
There is neither a water pump nor in the pitch black can you see a stream.
Cool.
Nearby. They have water in buckets from a bin that you can.
Can also just go out with the horses and just like put my head in a trough. Yeah.
Yep, you could also do that.
Just wiping mud. I'll deal with that. I'll deal with this in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go sleep in the rain.
Don't sleep in the rain.
You'll get sick.
You going?
Rain from my skin.
All right, yeah, Clarissa, you approach Corbin.
Yeah, before I do, I'm gonna look and see if I can find an empty or lower tankard of ale, like somebody has drank more
I
than
mean,
half of it.
you could get a tankard of ale and
Yeah, if yeah, that's
You
great.
can also
I'll
just
do
take
that.
more.
Yeah, actually, as I walk by, I'll pluck Nymora's out of her hand and go over.
Yep.
You can get another one. Don't look at me like that.
All right, yeah, you've got it.
Yeah, and she's gonna act tipsy, but not drunk.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Very good.
And so she kind of like has the tankard, and she walks over and she says, hello, good sir. You look like good company for a night like this.
I am not good company.
Are you sure you look like good company?
I'm very sure I'm not good company, miss.
Sit down anyway.
He kind of blinks at you, my lady. Okay. I don't want to. I'm sick, and I don't want to get you sick. And I'm very, very bad company. I can say it right now.
Yeah, that's pretty funny. I spend a lot of time with a lot of less than favorable people, so you can be assured that whatever company you have is better than the one I've been keeping thus far. So
She looks like he's not even sure what you just said. She's just like, all right. Well, I'm poor for conversation. I know nothing about
then let
nothing.
me talk.
And he just like drinks from his tea.
Oh, he came over here and was speaking with you earlier. Our maester
Yes.
checked you out?
Yes, he was kind enough and gave me some things to grind up into tea for.
Well, what was worth traveling in this awful weather in the first place?
King's tournament.
Really?
Aye, King's
How
tournament.
long have you been here?
3-4 days.
Why were you heading there so early?
Well, I don't have a horse.
Well, this money that you're spending to stay in this inn, you could probably-
Well, I don't spend much. I spend a bit of money, but mostly I do things.
You do things. What kind
Yeah,
of
that's
things?
what. Yeah, well, much as I can, really. But it's a few tuppence here and there. It's not that expensive. I was hoping, kind of thing, to win something at the tournament or do something or meet someone, but shrugs and then he drinks more tea. He hasn't really looked at you. He's mostly just looking at the center of the table, like kind of
Sure.
down.
Are you... forgive me, I don't know much about these things. You'll understand. Are you... your weapon. I mean, that's very impressive. Are you...
Is it? He like looks over at it.
Oh, well, it's the most impressive I've seen of its sort.
Oh. What about it?
I mean, what are you doing with it?
What am I doing? I mean, right now, it's propping against the table.
What do you do with it when you're not sick as a dog?
Scare folk who people pay me to scare, and if they don't leave, I suppose kill them.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm a sellsword, so that's what we do.
Oh, that's fascinating.
It really isn't. He's just like takes another drink. It'd be quite not appropriate, my lady.
Really, right? Who's caring about what's appropriate around here?
All right, so it sounds like you want to engage in.
Let's do it. Yes.
Okay, what is your goal of the intrigue?
I want to
I'll be right back.
get information out of him as much as
Okay.
possible.
All right, what method are you using? It sounds like you're kind of, you're definitely charming him.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I can definitely see kind of your being deception-y.
That's the goal.
Right? Yeah. So yeah. What is your disposition?
Indifferent.
That would make sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. So you're using, what is it? Charm? Yeah.
Charm.
Yeah. And probably deception specifically.
Yeah, I think she's trying to act like she knows nothing about what he's speaking
Cool.
about.
Yeah, so this would be deception act if you have it.
I do not have act, but I got
That's fine.
deception.
That's fine. So let's make our status tests to see who goes first. As you can imagine, he doesn't have much status. So you go first. I know his disposition.
I'm gonna. So after that conversation we just had, I'm just gonna consider him. I just want to see. I want to see how he's reacting mostly because I know what Thorsten said is that he's not actually sick. So I want to see if I'm making him uncomfortable or.
Okay. So consider is that you gain plus 2B on your next.
Yes.
Okay. Cool. So you're just like,
Yeah. Just curious.
Cool. He is going to just Yeah, he's just kind of I think withdraw a bit. Just because he's not into this conversation. He really want to talk necessarily. You know what? No. Instead, I think he might just kind of. I think he's gonna try to influence you. He's just gonna be like, "Listen, milady, you really don't want to talk to me. I'm not really in the mood for it. You seem nice, but I'm very sick, and I don't want, any trouble. Please just, let me alone. I don't mean to be rude. I really don't want to. Just, I'm not in the mood for conversation. And he's gonna basically he's trying to convince you of that. So, doop. Does that even hit your fucking intrigue defense?
No.
Yeah, nothing. You're just like, sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
All right, it is your turn.
Yeah, she's gonna try and influence him. I believe is how this should work.
Okay.
To try and get him to talk. She might. I think she kind of looks at him and she's like, "Sir, you must have so many interesting stories that you want to tell. I understand that you're sick, but no sickness could keep you from regaling your stories. I also know that my maester he treated you. He gave you something. You can't be feeling that awful."
All right. So why don't you give me that? I guess this would be. What are you doing here? Deception act, or are you trying to be more persuasion? Yeah, that sounds charmy to me.
Yeah.
You are trying to get him to reveal something. Both I can see. They'll have the same result, so it's your choice which one you want to use.
Yeah, I'll use deception act.
Okay, go for it.
Sorry.
Okay, so that's 3 degrees of success. What's your persuasion rank?
My persuasion rank is 3.
3? Okay. So that's 9 social. That's 9 influence. And he's got his armor up. So yeah, that definitely hits him. You deal some influence on him. It's not quite done, but he's not great. He's not looking great. And he just goes, kind of looking around, seeing it's like you and Naimura in here. He's like, I really don't have many stories. I mean, I've never done any, really not. I'm not nice or great things, really. Please, just. I'm not worth a conversation, milady. It's fine. Just let me, leave me be. I don't want to get you sick. He's just basically saying the same old tune.
Huh.
Nope, it's not even remotely affecting you.
All right. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna try and influence him again.
All right.
Yeah, I think she's just like, oh, come on, I can see it in your face. You want to tell me, and I want to listen. That is what I will say. 12.
Okay. Yep. That is 2 degrees of success. That's 6 minus 2. All right. So he's going to have to take a point of frustration.
Oh.
So, and he's just like, listen, I don't want to be rude, but I think I don't want to talk anymore. I don't want to talk. I want to sit here and drink my fucking tea and not talk, all right? I don't have anything to say. I have no stories. I don't know what to say, milady. Just please let him alone. He's gonna try again. Nope. Can't roll shit. Cannot roll shit. So, yeah.
So that's what's spewing from his mouth.
Mm-hmm, indeed. He's frustrated. He's angry now. Yeah.
Naimura is going to not next to them, but I'll sit down the bar, just come up and get another ale.
Okay. So so the bar is far away from him. He's like as far as.
Yeah, but to be like up on her feet.
Sure. Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, not like sitting.
Cool. Can do. Cool. Yeah, so it's your turn. So he's whatever this like tell story thing be responding to. He's getting frustrated. What angle do you want to go at?
Well, that's what I was going to ask you. I think what she's going to do next is she's going to drop out.
She's going to drop out?
Yeah, so I'm wondering if I don't know, if I get like if I beat him in this intrigue,
mm-hmm. Then because you're using charm, mm-hmm. If you beat him in the intrigue, he will his likeness of you go up immediately.
Okay.
Which means he is then more likely to tell you maybe the. So okay. The term you're using is you're trying to get. Yeah. And he seems frustrated, but he's not. He's still being really polite. Mm-hmm. He said "fucking," but he never directed it at you.
Sure.
And so, and he's really trying hard not to hit you. Mm-hmm. So yeah,
she's too pretty.
She's too pretty.
It's like looking at the sun.
So like maybe if you think he's done something bad or whatever, just be. I don't know. What do you want to do? I mean, you're lying right now, so you can be like, how do you want to come at it? Like,
I
like bad men. Like, that's more seduce. But
well, I think I want to leave this on good terms between us.
Sure.
So potentially tomorrow in the morning, if he's still here, she can try and talk to him then.
Okay, so this is more like. All right, so you're like, well, I'm sorry, but you just seemed interesting and
groundwork.
Okay, absolutely. Yes. Okay, that makes sense.
Laying the foundation for tomorrow.
Okay, cool. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All
I'll
right.
just be like- I was just saying, I'll just be like, I'm very sorry. I just gets a little boring traveling with these people all the time. You just seemed like you had something to say. Hopefully we can speak tomorrow if you're feeling better.
Okay, yeah. So, yeah. Why don't you make that deception act?
Kill him.
11?
11. So that is, so that affects him. That's only a single degree of success.
Oh, gasp.
So yeah, it doesn't like affect him. And so he just kind of goes, sure. Yeah. Perhaps we'll speak again in the morning. Because that doesn't affect his influence. So I think he is going to. I can't do that. He goes, thank you, and he's going to try and just like, I guess, try and move you along. Try. Come on. Does that affect you whatsoever?
Yes, once. It hits me exactly.
Okay, so unfortunately your DR is 4, so it does not even affect you. Actually,
He's trying.
yeah,
He's trying.
he has to basically roll a pearl
Yeah.
in order to do what he needs to do.
Oh God.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna spew the same sentiment.
I don't know if this matter. Isn't he at -1 dice to all?
Yeah, no, it's already applied.
Okay.
Wait, is it minus dice or -1?
It's 1 dice.
Yes.
I think. It's a test dice. It's -1 dice to your test for frustration.
Yeah, hold on, let me see. Frustration. There you are. Oh, it is -1 dice.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, then he literally can't. Nothing changes, but
I gotcha. Okay. I didn't know if that affected his like.
it
his
does
resolve or
affect.
not.
But like, no, he's never gotten it. Or so.
Mhm.
Still nothing. Yeah. So he's just like, it looks like another good push might get him to like you a bit. But right now he's just like, cool. He's like really, like he can't really, it seems like he's not going to drop out because that would mean he has to leave and he doesn't want to.
Yeah. Perfect position for me.
Yeah.
I would love to consider again, but it doesn't make sense narratively.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna bet on the dice and I'm gonna try and influence him again.
All right.
Come on.
Jesse and I are sharing the same brain cell.
14.
Yep, that's enough. Because you're not really asking questions. You're just trying to get him to like you. You're not like you were earlier, but yeah, I think he just sort of like relents, and he's like, well, I'm sorry, I swore, but I'm not in a good mood. I can't think straight, But I do thank you for trying to talk to me. It's more than I deserve.
Everyone deserves a chance to talk to other people, and I'm sorry that you feel so awful. And please do not worry about cursing around me. I wish you a good night's rest.
Good night, milady. And he
Yeah.
just kind of cozies back up. Yeah, so you have changed his disposition towards.
Very good. Good groundwork.
Mhm.
As I kind of, I'll go put the tankard back on the bar and kind of try and lock eyes with Naimora, and then head up somewhere.
Yeah. To your room.
Yes.
All right. Naimora.
Yeah. As Naimora, am very confused about why everyone is harassing this man
Yep.
who is sitting
no
in
one
the
has
bar,
really let you know what's.
who has nothing to do with anything.
Yep. He's just seen some sick sellsword.
because the bodies by the side of the road were stabbed,
They were stabbed.
not beaten.
Like you saw.
Mm-hmm. And so Naimura drinks a bit more of the ale that she got, and looks at the sellsword and says, "Women, right?" And she just follows Clarissa.
And you just hear like a what? And at that, I think as everyone goes to bed, we will take our first break.
Okay.
Adios.
Ooh, break time.
Whoa.
So we'll be back in about 15 minutes. We will see you guys then, and we will continue on our journey. King's Landing for the tournament.
Has my fan been?